You ever look up a gun you sold years ago and feel sick when you see the price tag now? Maybe it was just another gun in your collection at the time. Maybe you needed the cash, but now that same model is selling for 3 times what you got for it. Here's the thing. Some guns aren't just shooters. They're investments. They have history, craftsmanship, or limited numbers that make them more valuable every year. And maybe you thought you'd just buy another one someday until you saw what they cost now. So before you trade in something that might be worth a fortune later, watch this first, because there are 10 guns you should never sell. The kind that grow in value, not drop. Let's get into it, starting with a classic that seems common now but is quickly disappearing from the market. Number 10. Beretta 92 FS. We have the Beretta 92 FS, that famous pistol you've seen in Die Hard and countless other action movies. This Italian beauty isn't just a movie star. It served as the U.S. military's M9 pistol for over 30 years. Here's why you shouldn't sell yours. The military just switched to the Sig P226 in 2017, making those original military 92 FS models instant collector's items. The ones with U.S. markings from the 1980s and early 1990s are the real prizes. These early guns have better finish quality. That deep, rich bluing you just don't see anymore. The newer ones? The metal isn't the same. The old ones have those sharp, clean roll marks that collectors drool over. Plus, the trigger on a broken-in 92 FS is butter smooth in a way the new production just can't match. Guys who sold theirs for $400 5 years ago are seeing those same guns go for $800 to $1,000 today, especially the ones with the straight dust cover and no rail. Don't be that guy who kicks himself later. Keep your 92 FS. It's only getting more valuable. Number 9. Browning High Power. The Browning High Power at number 9 is a gun that changed history. This was the last pistol John Browning ever designed, and when FN stopped making them in 2017, a piece of gun history ended forever. The old Belgian-made models with the internal extractor are the true gems. Those sweet, smooth triggers break like glass rods. The newer ones with external extractors? Not the same gun. People who know high powers can spot the difference a mile away. The really valuable ones have those small military acceptance stamps on the frame. Tiny proof marks that can add hundreds to the price. 5 years ago, you could find these for $650 to $700. Today? Good luck finding one under $1,500, and the rare variants like the Capitan models or those with special finishes can fetch $3,000 or more. One collector just paid $4,200 for a mint Belgian model with original box and papers. Don't be the person who sold too soon. That high power in your safe is only getting more valuable each year. Number 8. AR-15s. These aren't just any ARs. We're talking about the ones made before the 1994 federal assault weapons ban. What makes them special? Features you can't get anymore on original guns. Bayonet lugs, flash hiders, and those distinctive A2-style lower receivers. The Colt Sporter models are the kings here. Did you know Colt actually changed their receiver markings right after the ban? That tiny detail can mean a $1,000 difference to serious collectors. The pre-ban Colts have that sweet triangle front handguard, the perfect balance, and steel parts that were later switched to cheaper materials. Guys who know ARs can pick up a pre-ban just by the feel and sound of the bolt carrier group. That solid chunk when you pull the charging handle that new ones just don't have. 5 years ago, these were going for $1,200. Today, a clean pre-ban Colt easily fetches $2,500 to $3,000. And special models like the early SP1 was with original boxes can hit $4,000 or more. One collector just paid $5,500 for a mint condition Colt H-Bar with all original paperwork. These aren't just shooting up in value, they're rocketing. Keep yours. It's a piece of gun history that's never coming back. Number 7. CZ75. The CZ75 at number 7 is the sleeper hit of this list, developed behind the Iron Curtain. In 1975, this Czech wonder was so good, the early pre-B models are the real treasures. They have no firing pin block, giving them that glass rod trigger break that new ones can't match. Those smooth, polished feed ramps on the originals feed any ammo you put through them. Did you know the original CZ factory workers hand-fitted each slide to the frame? That's why those old ones have that butter-smooth slide action with zero play. The really rare ones have those small import marks from the 1980s rather than the big, ugly modern ones. 5 years ago, you could find a pre-B for $400 to $500. Today, those same guns are selling for $1,200 to $1,800, and the rare variants like the short rail models can fetch $2,500 or more. One collector just paid $3,200 for an original box Czech military model with matching numbers. The secret is out on these guns. Everyone from competition shooters to collectors wants one now, and there's only so many of the originals out there. Hold on to yours. It's gold. Number 6. Smith & Wesson, Model 686. This isn't just any .357 Magnum revolver. The older No-Dash and Dash-1 models made before 1988 have something special. No internal lock, recessed cylinders, and pinned barrels. Those features disappeared when S&W changed their production methods. The early 4-inch models with the full underlug are the most desirable. Did you know the steel in those early guns was actually different? They used a higher grade of stainless that took a better polish and aged better. That's why those old 686 have that mirror-like finish that new ones can't match. The triggers on these old guns were hand-fitted by actual gunsmiths, not machines. You can feel the difference the second you pull the trigger. That smooth as silk double action that breaks like a candy cane. 5 years ago, these were going for $600 to $700. Today, a clean pre-lock 686 easily brings $1,200 to $1,500. And special models with factory cases and papers can hit $2,000 or more. One collector just paid $2,250 for a mint 686-1 with original box and unfired condition. S&W doesn't make them this way anymore, and they never will again. If you've got one, lock it away. It's only getting more valuable. Number 5. Sig Sauer West German P226. At number 5, the West German Sig Sauer P226. Not just any P226. The ones marked Made in W Germany. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, these guns became instant pieces of history. The West German models have frame rails made of steel, not the cheaper aluminum in today's guns. Did you know you can actually see the difference in the finish? The old ones have that deep, non-reflective matte that was perfect for military use. The roll marks are deeper, cleaner. The proof marks are different. And even the grip texture is unique. Navy SEALs trusted these with their lives before the Glock era. The triggers on the West German models break cleaner and have less over-travel because they were fitted by guys who grew up in the Black Forest tradition of gun making. 5 years ago, West German P226 sold for around $600 to $700. Today, those same guns easily command $1,200 to $1,800, and the rare variants like the true Navy SEAL models with anchor markings can fetch over $3,000. One collector just paid $2,800 for an original box West German P226 with correct date codes and early serial number. Every year, fewer of these exist in good shape. The ones left are only going up in value. If you've got one, don't even think about selling it. Number 4. M1 Garand. The number 4 spot belongs to the M1 Garand, the rifle general patent called the greatest battle implement ever devised. Those older receivers have different heat treatments and machining marks that collectors can spot right away. Did you know the wood stocks have their own value story? The early ones made with USGI walnut have a grain pattern and color that's impossible to find today. Those walnut trees just don't exist anymore. The really valuable Garands have the original cartouches, those small inspector stamps pressed into the wood. Each tiny mark can add hundreds to the value. 5 years ago, good Garands were selling through the CMP for $750 to $950. Today, those same rifles easily bring $1,800 to $2,500. And correct early production. Winchester models can fetch $5,000 to $7,000 or more. One collector just paid $9,500 for a correct early production Winchester with original barrel and matching parts. Every year, fewer correct examples exist. Once they're gone forever. If you have a Garand, especially with original parts and markings, lock it away. It's a financial asset now. Number 3. Original Colt Series 70-1911. The bronze medal goes to the original Colt Series 70-1911. Made from 1970 to 1983, these were the last of the old-school 1911s before Colt changed the design. What makes them special? They have no firing pin block safety, giving them that glass rod trigger brake that modern 1911s can't match. The barrel bushing fit on these guns was done by actual humans, not machines. Did you know even the internal parts were different? The original disconnectors and sears were made of better steel and hand-fitted. When you field strip one, you can see the difference in the polish work inside the frame. Mirror, smooth in places, modern guns leave rough. The really valuable ones have those national match markings, or those made for government contracts with Colt government model roll marks instead of government model. 5 years ago, these were selling for $900 to $1,200. Today, clean original Series 70s easily bring $2,000 to $2,500, and special models with original boxes and papers can hit $3,500 or more. One collector just paid $4,800 for a Mint National Match Series 70 with original box. Colt tried to bring back the Series 70 in the 2000s, but collectors know they're not the same guns. The originals use different steel and different manufacturing processes. If you've got one, especially unfired or with original box, you're sitting on gold. Number 2. First generation Glock 17/19. The silver medal might surprise you. Early, first generation Glock 17 and 19 pistols. Not just any Glocks, but the ones made in Austria from 1986 to 1991. These pioneer polymer pistols changed everything in the gun world. What makes them special? The early ones have those distinctive pencil barrels, different polymer formulation, and unique pebble texture grip that feels completely different from modern Glocks. Did you know the early ones had copper-colored firing pins and different extractor designs? Those tiny details can mean hundreds of dollars to collectors. The most valuable have the original smooth-faced triggers without the safety blade and the early Austrian proof marks stamped on the barrel and slide. 5 years ago, these were selling for just $50 to $100 more than regular Glocks. Today, clean first-gen Glock 17s easily bring $1,000 to $1,500, and rare variants like the first import models with Glock-labeled cases can fetch $2,500 or more. One collector just paid $3,800 for a first shipment Glock 17 with original box and papers. These aren't just guns anymore. They're historical artifacts from the polymer revolution. Every year, fewer unfired examples exist. If you have one, especially with the original box, you're holding an investment that's growing faster than most stocks. Number 1. Colt Python. The gold medal goes to the king of revolvers, the Colt Python. These weren't just produced, they were created by master gunsmiths. Each one took a full day of hand fitting and tuning at the factory. The royal blue models made before 1990 are the crown jewels. That deep, lustrous finish isn't just bluing. It's actual jeweler's rouge hand-polished into the steel in a process Colt refuses to use anymore because it's too expensive. Did you know each Python went through 4 separate quality checks before leaving the factory? The barrels were individually hand-lapped for accuracy, a process no production gun gets today. The most valuable have those early serial numbers, 2.5-inch or 3-inch barrels, and pristine original grips with the correct medallions. 10 years ago, these were selling for $1,500 to $2,000. 5 years ago, $2,500 to $3,500. Today, clean royal blue 4-inch Pythons easily bring $5,000 to $7,000, and rare variants like 3-inch barrels or nickel finish can fetch $8,000 to $12,000 or more. One collector just paid $17,500 for an unfired 2.5-inch Python with original box and papers. Even the 2020 reissue Pythons are climbing. What cost $1,500 new now sells for $2,200+ used. The originals are becoming investment-grade assets like fine art. If you own one, especially unfired or with the original box, you're holding something that has outperformed the stock market for the past decade. Don't be the person who sells today and cries tomorrow.